Hi, Reconcilers. Reverend Reagan here. I hope you are having a wonderful week. I hope you are finding time for reflection and rest during this season of preparation as we await Christmas. There are lots and lots of ways for you to engage in this season of Advent here on our campus. So please read our e-news, watch it for our social media updates, and follow along to see how you might engage with us in the days to come. In just a little while, we have our second Advent Wednesday, and we'll be watching The Greatest Christmas Pageant Ever, which is a film adaptation of the book. I've heard absolutely wonderful things about it. We're going to have pizza and popcorn, bring the whole family, and we're going to have a great time together. We have our meditation circle meeting for the second time this Friday at 10 a.m. for reflection and silent meditation. We have lots of wonderful things going on Sunday morning, formation for just about all ages. We've got some great adult offerings. We've got our high school Bible study at 9:15. Lots of other things going on. So please come and join us for worship as well. We're also doing great on our pledge campaign, our generosity campaign. We have 82 pledges. We're aiming for around 140, 150. We've raised about $360,000, which is absolutely phenomenal. Our goal is around 500 or 525. Please remember that 75% of our budget comes from your donations and your pledges. So if you haven't filled out a pledge card yet, please consider and prayerfully discern what that looks like for you and your family. I know things can be tight. Brian and I prayerfully discern every year. And this year, we're of course pledging to Reconciliation and St. Luke's and a handful of other organizations that we support throughout the year. There's also lots of ways that you can give of your time and your talents. So everyone can fill one of these out. Even my son James actually filled one out last week because he is an usher at 8 o'clock. So please know this is not just about finances, but it's really how are we giving back to God all of the wonderful blessings that we have received through our time, talent, and our treasure. So if you haven't filled one out, please know you are invited to fully be a part of our community. Lastly, I wanted to read to you a little snippet from The First Advent in Palestine by Kelly Nicodeah, which is the book that the whole diocese has been invited to read for Advent, but we at Rec have been reading together, and a group of us has been discussing it on Tuesday evenings, and there's been some really wonderful gems throughout, lots of good learning happening, but this is a little snippet that I'm going to read to you that I think is really touching for our time right now. Advent is not immediate. It's a slow peace. God's advent was the start of something profoundly good, a good we still labor to realize today under different regimes, different religions, and different attempts at peace. We'd like to imagine that when Advent dawned, peace came swift and sure to our troubled landscapes. But God's peace comes more like yeast. It develops without hurry, interacting with its environment as it activates and gradually permeates the dough. There is plenty of time to proof the dough, and sometimes multiple rises are necessary to get the dough ready for baking and eating. This is what peace feels like. Something that develops slowly over generations with our active engagement. It is far from a quick fix. For millennia across lands and peoples, we continue to be a part of that slow, steady salvation inaugurated during the first Advent, part of the unfolding hope the angels sang of on the outskirts of Bethlehem that silent and perilous night. Their song has given us hope for all the perilous nights since. So as we go through this season of Advent, I hope you will hold on to those words that Advent and peace is a process, right? It's not just 4 weeks leading up to December 25th, but a way of being and living in the world that brings God's peace for all generations over time. So I hope that you will come and play your small part, which is so vital and important in this community, to bringing God's peace to all. Take care.